Hey there, Planet Sewers. It's Mathletee here again. I've got my African themed food court that is available in my workshop. It is a super simple build for the most part, so you should be able to just grid path it and go. There's one little section that I chose not to use the grid pathing because the path was coming out of the side of the building, and that's just over to get into the staff area. I always like to put staff break rooms close to my food courts and then group them all together in a work zone so they're not wandering off and you're getting notifications that they're missing for a long time. So originally when I placed this, I did not have a hide me tile on it. I did update the blueprint to include one, so you don't need to get super close in. Make sure that you're close to the ground. And I also fixed the doors. I noticed they were floating a little bit. So let's get them where they should be. And there we go. And then I noticed the glass pane had an error. It was facing the wrong direction. So all of those have been fixed and updated on the blueprint. For most of my food courts that I build in my zoos, I like to have one souvenir, 2 drinks, and 1 food. Sometimes I will have an information booth as well. This setup seems to do really well in keeping guests happy, getting traffic into the areas, and generating income in my franchise zoos. Most of these builds all have come from franchise zoos. I recently got a new computer, so my current computer can actually run the game really well. Whereas my older computer, I was kind of capped out at around 6,000 to 8,000 guests, depending on how many animals I had. My biggest file had 500 animals and about 7,000 guests. So that file really struggled, and I would just play franchise until I could no longer build because I would be on pause and the pass system would just not update. When I built it, it would take seconds. So that was kind of my signal, it's time to make a new zoo. So I went through and grabbed my favorite buildings out of a lot of them when I got my new computer that could handle getting in and effectively making the blueprints and adding things to it without severe lag or crashing. I do have a red-fronted macaw. If you ever hear some weird noises, I do try to cut her out. She squawks a lot. I may miss some from time to time. And if you have any ideas for that station, I'm still thinking about it. I am in my blueprint zoo. I just put things out there on the station to keep them happy. I'm not sure what I'm going to build there yet, or a design. I've actually updated since I filmed this. It has some shops attached along the other side up in the air, and I was going to try to build a station around that at some point. So if you do have any ideas for it, put them in the comments below and I'll see about adding it to that station. So I needed power to finish off setting up, so I'm just finding a good place for my 100% scenery. It's available in the workshop as well, and it is included in my workshop series that I did on all my small items, my workshop showcase, I believe I named that video. And if you're wondering when the next Houston video is coming, it should be out tomorrow. I'm currently working on it. After I get this video finished, I'm going to put my finishing touches to get it out to you guys. We'll be doing the Macaw Cafe. Alrighty, I got bored watching myself figure out where I wanted to put that, so I figured you guys would get bored too. So I just cut out my placement of my power source, and we're inside adding decorations. I wish that they would keep the decorations of your picnic tables and your trash cans, things like that. Blueprints that aren't a habitat won't keep them for some reason. It's probably because they take out the pathing, and those are kind of pathing specific. But when you save them as a habitat, all those things do stay. So we're going through adding an ATM, I really wanted it to face a certain way, and the game kept following where the path was. I wanted it a little closer to the wall. I hope Frontier maybe will update where I can have a little more control where those go, instead of it automatically trying to turn to path placement. Here comes some guests. They're excited to have somewhere to go get some food and drink out here. I kind of put this in the middle of nowhere. The closest thing I think is my otter habitat, so they're getting off the train near the otter habitat and coming over here, or coming after they visit the otters. Just a quick view before we leave the inside. If you use this, let me know how it worked out for you, if you enjoyed it, and if you enjoy my videos, think about subscribing. Thank you so much, and may the RNG odds be ever in your favor.